10, 9, ignition sequence start. 6.
Hello and welcome to Rocket Fuel, your daily update of everything that's happening in the Rocket Pool community. My name is Wack Wack Attack. Today is March 31st and we have a lovely end of the month for you all. Let me just scoot over here a little bit. Okay, good. Okay, so nice end of the month for you all. So yesterday and for the last little while, Joe's been teasing quite a lot. And yesterday he said, some silver lining in the middle of all of this. That was like he was talking about stuff about what was happening with Patricio's phishing attack. He says, today is the day. So what is today the day of? Well, let's find out. Today was the day we had bread. Now, what was the bread we got? Here we go. We got this news from Dave. He says, hey everyone, today we're excited to officially announce the launch of Atlas, the protocol's next major upgrade. This is Rocket Pool's second major upgrade since launching to mainnet, the previous upgrade being Redstone, which occurred shortly before the merge. For those of you who need a quick catch up on Atlas, this new significant upgrade makes the protocol compatible with Ethereum's Shapella upgrade that will permit validators to initiate withdrawals of their staked ETH on the beacon chain. It also introduces many new improvements ranging from simple gas optimizations to major new architecture changes aimed at scaling Rocket Pool like never before. For more information on this upgrade, please read our announcement article here. Then there's a link to the Medium article. And then it says Atlas will launch on mainnet on April 18th in 17 days time. Audits, it says the audit release has been, the Atlas release, has been audited by Sigma Prime and Consensus Diligence for a collective 6 weeks combined. We've now made these audits publicly available on our website here. And then there's a link. We have one minor change, which is still to be reviewed by Sigma Prime that we talked about yesterday. So if there are any issues with that, or it affects timelines in any way, we'll let everyone know. Following that check, we'll be turning over the Atlas contracts to our Immunify bug bounty program for all you lovely white hats. Node operators. Smart Node Stack version 1.9.0 release incoming from Joe shortly, which is Shapella ready. You must upgrade before Shapella occurs on April 12th. Not upgrading will result in Joe turning up to your house akin to this. And then there's a YouTube video. ODAO must be upgraded by April 10th to support RPL price improvements TWAP and balance submission consensus. Lastly, after 7 years, it's incredibly exciting to see Rocket Pool so close to achieving the milestone of having a full life cycle from depositing, staking, and now withdrawing. Working on the bleeding edge of Ethereum development has been an absolute journey, and it could never have happened without such an amazing and talented team working tirelessly for years on end, and celebrated community who helped us on that journey. Let the countdown begin. So of course the countdown, like we said, is 17 days. So it's really exciting. I'm really excited. So now let's see what Langas here. We had an update from Langas as well, saying follow on from Dave's exciting Atlas announcement. We'll be applying the protocol parameter changes as per RPIP 16. Change protocol settings for Atlas, and then there's a link to the RPIP. And it says the deposit pool limit to 18,000 and our ETH collateral target to 1% on Tuesday, April 4th. So in 4 days' time, which is really exciting too. So let's go and have a look at what trading had to say about this. So Denham was the first to say, here's the announcement of Atlas, and he says when LEP4, and he says you all are awesome though. I think you finished early. It was Friday, right? And then Jasper says off to the Twitters, and then Joe was like, okay, then version 1.9 next week. And then people like saying, except Joe can't leave. So people were really excited in trading. They were making lots of jokes, lots of happiness. There were some questions, but not too many. And then Copperhorse said, Copperhorse said, why is it a week after withdrawals open? And Joe says because the rewards interval is on the 13th, so earliest it could be done is the 14th, and the 14th is a Friday, which is unheard of in Australia. So basically, I guess that like that was an option that was going to happen, in the hours after Shanghai, but the team didn't want people to be working over the weekend, which is absolutely fair, and that's why it got pushed a few days. So that's what happened. So yeah, people then lots of people were talking about it, like the community was like starting to ask questions and get like ideas and stuff, so that was really great. And then the Rocket Pool Twitter account released this tweet thread, and it says a Rocket Pool on April 18th 2023 midnight UTC Atlas, so it'll be 17th for people in the US and parts of Europe. Atlas is ready for launch. Get ready for more powerful Rocket Pool. So it has improved protocol efficiency, higher node operator rewards, greatly boosted RETH capacity, and still fully permissionless. It says read everything you need to know right here. So then it's got 5 tweets that they go through one by one. It says liquid stakers, for RETH, there's no action required whatsoever. So if you see any phishing scams, anything like that says, RETH holders, you need to do this or that, you don't need to do anything at all. You just chill, you relax, you enjoy the ride. There's nothing that you need to do. For mini pool operators, you need to update to version 1.9.0. For if you want the new 8 ETH mini pool, then you have to wait for Atlas contracts to go live before you can make those 8 ETH mini pools. And with security, they have information about the audits. And then with Atlas, it says learn more about Atlas, and there's a link to the Medium article, which I have a quick look at. There's a YouTube town hall about Atlas. And then, of course, they say go to the Discord. So this is really, really great. And yeah, this Medium article was the one that we read like a few weeks ago. So I'm not going to go through it again. But if you excuse me, if you want all the information, then definitely go back and read that as a refresher. So Joe was teasing that the version 1.9 would come after the announcement of the date for Atlas. So of course we got that date. So then here Joe turned up with the release of version 1.9. It says today is the day, the one we've all been waiting for. Atlas and Chapella are both just a few weeks away, so it's time to upgrade and prepare for both of them. In that regard, we have officially released version 1.9.0 to mainnet. You can view the full thing set of patch notes here, and there's a link to the GitHub to get all the patch notes to see everything that's being changed. We also have a detailed guide on our documentation site to walk you through all of the Atlas features, which is really cool. This is before getting into the details. We want to give a tremendous shout out to all of our beta testers and that helped us refine version 1.9.0 and Atlas on the Zhejiang and Prater Goerli test networks. This release simply would not have been possible without their time, dedication, thorough reports and suggestions. Thank you. The patch notes are way too long for this one, but here's a quick summary. So this won't cover everything here, but you can read the official patch notes to get that information. Just the support for the Atlas protocol upgrade, which includes mini pools that only require 8 ETH bond instead of 16 ETH. Migration of existing 16 ETH mini pools to 8 ETH mini pools that requires Atlas. Migration of existing solo validators directly into, wait, does that not say requires Atlas? Mini pools that only require 8 ETH bond instead of 16 ETH. It doesn't say requires Atlas next to it, but I think that requires Atlas. So yeah, that's maybe something to look out for. And then it says support for receiving ETH staking rewards from the beacon chain. That's like skimming and stuff like that. And then automatic mini pool balance distribution and worry-free rewards, configurable of course, requires Atlas. Support for ETH withdrawals and reward skimming requires Shanghai and Capella upgrades on the execution consensus layer. Support for Zhejiang testnet, which has been upgraded to Shanghai, Capella and Atlas. Support for split client mode for Nimbus, which means Nimbus can now be used with fallback clients and externally managed clients like hybrid mode. support for Lodestar Consensus Client, a new Grafana dashboard that works with all client combinations and provides lots of highly requested stats, and Oracle DAO changes including network balance and price consensus changes, and update all of the clients and services to be compatible with Chapella on mainnet. So that includes stuff like MEV boost and stuff like that. It says important dates. Docker more users must upgrade no later than April 12th to make sure that they're in time for the hard fork on the Ethereum mainnet. And then hybrid and native mode users must upgrade no later than April 18th because they manage their clients themselves. So they need to get everything ready for Atlas, which is expected time of Atlas upgrade. Note, you will have to manually enter your execution and consensus clients to Chapella compatible versions by the date above, and then which is the 12th of April, not the 18th of April. So if you are hybrid and native mode users, you need to manage your clients yourself, and that needs to be done before April 12th. So that includes your consensus-led client, your execution-led client, and also your MEV boost, which I think is version 1.5. So make sure you've got everything in place. And Oracle DAO members must upgrade no later than April 10th. So they've got like basically 10 days to upgrade in order to use the new TWAP-based RPL price system. Update to the new network balance calculation, and then described in details below. So then there's all the information in the document. So thank you, Joe, so much for putting all that together. This has literally been like the culmination of thousands of combined work hours from the team, and it's truly like an amazing milestone. So congratulations to the team, congratulations to everyone who helped get to this point. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Okay, and then Joe a little while later was saying, man, I'm tearing up. It's pretty cathartic to see this thing actually work in the wild. What a trip it has been. So those of you who've been watching Rocket Fuel for a couple of months now know that Joe's been working really hard with getting all this stuff ready. I think he worked like, literally like 250 hours in February. Like it was just phenomenally like horrible numbers, like just not sane numbers. So for Joe to get all this out has been, I'm sure, like a lovely culmination. And now he can hopefully take some time off in the next few weeks, hopefully to spend time with his family and his loved ones and playing Dungeons and Dragons and getting those Protea out because he's late on them. But no, Joe, like I point out Joe on Rocket Fuel quite often because Joe's one of the team members who like is most open about posting like what he's doing and like what's kind of going on with him, like kind of explaining what he's doing, what he's working on, how many hours he's worked, all that kind of stuff. He's like one of the most visible members of the community, of the team in trading. So that's why Joe gets so many mentions on Rocket Fuel. But that's not to say, Dave, Langers, Nick, Maverick, everyone involved. Wait, what? Kane, of course, Kane. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Kane. I thought. Wait, I'm missing one team member. Yeah, like all of them have truly, honestly, like worked so hard on this, that it's amazing. Like the amount of work that has gone into this has been phenomenal, and I'm just so proud that we have such an amazing group of guys who are working on making Rocket Pool like the biggest success in Ethereum. It's really, really wonderful. Like I'm getting emotional now too. But no, like this has been a long time coming, right? Like we've been talking about Atlas for literally months, and now to see us here, like right at the edge of it, is really, really wonderful feeling. And I'm so grateful that we have such a great team and such a great community kind of making this happen. So like really honestly, congratulations to everyone. Next step is Shanghai Capella, and then Atlas, and then it's going to be really exciting. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so then Maverick had an update yesterday, so that we are not talking about Atlas or version 1.9.0 anymore. This goes back to yesterday, what happened yesterday morning with Patricio getting his RPL drained from his wallet. So Maverick says here, hey everyone, as the Rocket Pool continues to grow, it seems that we're attracting quite a bit of a following, but not necessarily always from people who want to help secure Ethereum. There will always be unsavory individuals keeping an eye on what we're doing and trying to impersonate Rocket Pool communications. Due to the nature of crypto and platforms like Twitter, Discord, email, and websites, this is something that we all have to be continuously wary of. At the risk of teaching you to suck eggs, if you suspect a Rocket Pool impersonator, first check if they have been reported to report scams. If not, please let us know in the channel to help us take prompt action. Bookmark the official Rocket Pool URLs like the website, Twitter, and subreddit, and verify them before any interaction. If you are ever unsure about communications that you think might be from Rocket Pool, verify it first across multiple sources. Rocket Pool will never contact you directly personally and ask you to take a specific action. Rocket Pool does not have access to your personal information such as email address, phone number, physical address, and can never contact you this way. Rocket Pool. So this of course is a really good reminder, because there have been a whole lot of Twitter posts going around recently about Rocket Pool and the upgrades coming and what you need to do. Be really careful. I've been tagged in a few of them. The best thing to do is just let people know that there's this scam going around, make them aware of it, and then untag yourself, block the people. It's really it makes sense for you to take those extra few seconds just to make sure that what you're interacting with is legitimate, because it's sometimes very, very difficult to tell the difference between something legitimate and something that can end up costing you a whole lot. So please take those extra seconds, that extra minute, just to make sure that what you're interacting with is legitimate. It's worth it, right? Those extra few minutes might add up to be a couple of hours at the end of the year, but that's way better than getting attacked in a way that could be way more costly. So yeah. So talking about the attack, the phishing attack, there's this article here that says Ethereum's Rocket Pool plunges 12% as major holder allegedly suffers $1 million phishing attack. So there's an article about Patricio getting attacked. I don't think there's any new information here compared to what we covered on yesterday's episode, but it's just, this is a big deal, right? People elsewhere are noticing it too. So moving on from that, there's something really interesting that happened. It's really great how you can find these little nuggets of information that come up in different Discord channels. So here we had a message from S11DKOBA. It says, my name is KB and I am a member of a Japanese crypto exchange. I have a business proposal. Can I speak with a core member? I'm from Japan. I want to continue my conversation here. Who should I contact? And then Mav replied with you can DM me, and KB said thanks. So then that conversation went private. But it's really interesting how you get these little nuggets sometimes, even with stuff like Aave and others. We had people popping into a Wintermute and a whole bunch of other places. People popped into Discord and just hey, who can I talk to? And then of course the community sees everything, and then they help me see everything as well. And it's really great that we have this. So so I'm not really sure what their business proposal might be, but it's definitely really interesting to see what might happen here. I'll definitely keep you in the loop with anything that I hear. Okay, Joe yesterday said, guys, we're going to remove the Raspberry Pi guide from the docs. It's time. So why am I covering this? What does this mean? So when Joe was a member of the Rocket Pool community, Joe, as we talked about on our Launchpad episode as well, Joe's idea was, how to make staking maximally efficient from an energy usage perspective. And he was a huge proponent of the Raspberry Pi in the early days of Rocket Pool. This was even when it was in betas and stuff. And so much so that Jonathan Mann in his song about Rocket Pool when they went to mainnet launch. There was a line about Joe got me to buy a Raspberry Pi. So like Joe was a huge supporter of Raspberry Pis, and he really like, you know, wanted it to be that everyone could stake on the Raspberry Pi. And they could for a while, right? They really could. However, as time's gone on, the Raspberry Pi just isn't strong enough now to deal with Ethereum staking. I'm sure that, you know, people are still doing it. However, how much longer they'll be able to do it for is quite difficult to know. I don't think it'll be that much longer. Anyway, Joe's saying here now, we're going to remove the Raspberry Pi guide from the docs. It's time. So what's going to happen? They're going to Joe said we can't recommend it anymore, and there's a Rock 5 section now that's waiting to be merged since December, and he says we'll be replacing the Pi guide with that, probably a Proteus mention in there somewhere. So moment of silence, please. So I think this was so it was going to be coming, and it's a shame that it's here now. But Joe says, I'm trying to find the post. He says, as long as I'm working with Rocket Pool, there will always be ARM support for you to run that software, and like that. So you know, Hackworth says my Pi is going strong. I will never give up on it as long as there is ARM support. So ARM is the chip type, and Joe says there will be ARM support as long as I work here. I will die on that hill. So that's really wonderful that, you know, we'll still be getting low powered devices. As you know, of course, Joe actually makes a low powered device, which is the Proteus. People in the community are working on the Porteus, which is not as low powered, but like a discount version of a staking machine that, you know, you can get for $350, I think, or $300, which is fantastic. So there's still lots of like low power devices options that are available that are really good. I think there's a Raspberry Pi 5 coming out that Anthony Sassano talked about on Daily Way yesterday, so that's really cool too. So these are things that we should be looking out for, and just because the Pi won't be there anymore in the old Pi form, there's going to be new stuff that is filling that gap, which is really wonderful. Okay, and then another update that we got yesterday as well was just as behold, after 2 months, we have a new Grafana dashboard. So we've been expecting like the update to be coming for a while, and it says Rocket Pool dashboard version 1.2.0 is intended for Rocket Pool node operators. To learn how to configure it, please visit this link. But let's just see if we can gather some of the information from the screenshot that we have here. Sorry that some of it is cut off, but we have, you know, the usual stuff that you've seen, like, you know, attestations and your peers and your rewards overall and all that kind of stuff. And then it also has information about smoothing pool balance and a whole bunch of like new things. Like I'm gonna start messing around with it like today, after I upgrade to 1.9.0, which I haven't done yet. But it looks like it's a really nice interface. Almost all of it will be the same as what you've seen before, but definitely click on the link to get the instructions. So there's a page on the support Rocket Pool docs about setting up your Grafana dashboard. Just go through that and you'll be able to do it. I think you might have to tweak some of the settings again when you update it, but I'm not exactly sure yet. Like I said, I haven't done it yet myself. Okay, talking about updates, we have some more updates from the Beacon Chain website. It says the incoming overview for validators got an overhaul, much more information in easy to read format. Hover over numbers to see the difference between execution and consensus layer rewards. Mainnet release in 2 to 3 weeks. So let's have a look at a sample. So here's on the right hand side over here, if you hover over the numbers, you'll get some nice updates, like some added information. So it's got some really good information there, which looks really good. Beacon Chain doing some really cool stuff like we covered on Rocket Fuel yesterday. So I'm really happy that they're putting out some good updates. Okay, talking about something a little bit fun. Wo had a message here in trading yesterday saying anyone want to come to a pizza party at Lambo dealership in New York City with me? So there's a pizza party in New York City at a Lambo dealership, so you can party with Lambos. And who wants to go? So this is actually with Pizza DAO. It's April 13th during NFT NYC. And it's set by Pizza DAO. It's kind of their thing. So for those of you who remember when I was in Denver, Wo, who's part of Luau DAO, had a partnership with Pizza DAO, one of the partners with Pizza DAO, to have the party that a lot of us attended on that one night. I don't even remember. I think the Friday night, maybe. Yeah, Friday night, I think, of the event. So they... Pizza DAO is like a really cool organization. They just throw pizza parties in like loads of fun places, and they are having one at Lambo dealership. So if you want to go to that in New York City, if you either live there or if you're going to be around for NFT NYC, then get in touch with Wo, and you can find out how to go along to that event, which I think will be really cool. Okay, and finally, I'm just gonna finish on this. It's the end of the month, and yesterday I said I hope someone is putting this in the submissions thread. Only one day left for a March POAP and a raffle ticket. So for those of you who remember, a lot of the rocket fuel content now comes through the community, through the rocket fuel submission thread. And people submit information to me. I synthesize that and put that into rocket fuel. It's really, really like lovely that happens. So as a way of giving back, I give a POAP to everyone who contributes, and also there's a raffle ticket for a raffle that I have on the Monday after closest to the first, on the episode closest to the first, either on the first or right after the first. So that episode the raffle will happen on Monday's episode. I'm actually talking to RPL Maxi about getting everything ready for the raffle for Monday. So yeah, when you see something cool in trading or elsewhere on Discord or in the Rocket Pool community, or even like Ethereum stuff that's kind of aligned with Rocket Pool somehow, or really, really, really huge, then pop it in the submission thread and you'll get a POAP for your efforts. And also every submission is one raffle ticket. The more raffle tickets you get, the more likely is that you are to win up to $1,000 of prizes I have every month, but it's $100 for 10 people, $100 each for 10 people. So yeah, whenever anything's happening, just pop it in the submission thread like people did yesterday. And then today I said, it's the last day for Rocket Fuel submissions to get your March POAP. That of course is now finished. Every submission that happens after the episode goes out then will be for the April POAP. So let's have a quick look at the leaderboard for this month as it stands. So we have Mambo-san with 46, and this is not the final count because there's people for today's episode that haven't been added to this yet, I think. So we have Mambo-san with 46, Sneaky Ninja with 33, Jasper with 12, Trevor N with 11, Cheers with 8, Kevster with 8, Vaka with 7, Rocknet with 7, Shifrin with 6, and a whole bunch of people. Like there was over 50 submissions this month. So over 50 people submitting this month. So that was really, really cool. And I'm really happy to see that. So thank you everyone who submitted. The raffle will happen on Monday's episode, live during Monday's episode. I say live because I'll get the tickets and audit the WAC board over the weekend. If anyone wants to audit it, they can audit it over the weekend, and then we can get everything ready for Monday, and I'll just randomize the list, and the top 10 people will get $100 each. So thank you everyone for making Rocket Fuel what it is. People who contribute with their time, with their money, all these different ways. Like I couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you so much. And let's make April even better. There's some really, really big stuff happening. I'm really excited to see it. So thank you everyone. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your weekend. I hope you all have a lovely weekend ahead, and I will see you all soon. Bye.